Bom dia, meu povo. Estou aqui em Gana, na área que nós vamos fazer a busca pelo Miss Waldron. Infelizmente é isso aí, essa realidade que a gente encontra para todo lado, não só em Gana quanto em Costa do Marfim, né? Muita área sendo ainda limpa para plantação. Aqui eles têm uma plantação imensa de coco, mas eles também usam esse terreno, por isso que eles estão limpando para mandioca, plantar mandioca. Mas já tinha uma floresta aqui recuperando e aí eles colocam no chão de novo. Então é complicado. Mas vamos lá, vamos achar o bicho. Aí galerinha, o carro passou, mas a porta quase ficou para trás. Hi guys, I'm Fabiano Melo. I'm here in Ghana with my friends Boati, Kenneth and other friends that work here with the Wapka. So we are looking for the primate species that we have in West Africa part in Ghana. We are very close to the border with Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. And we are looking for, especially for Miss Waldron Red Colobus, that we, unfortunately, we don't find yet, but we will try now. So let's go and fly the drone, the Mavic 3 Thermal. Let's see. Put your hands up. Hands up. Yes, that's fine. Thank you. You got it. Hoje já é dia 11 de março de 2024, próxima cidade de Tikobo 1. E infelizmente a área aqui é muito boa. Yes! Terrível, velho. 9 horas da manhã, a gente chegou aqui 6 e pouco, mas muita cerração, né? Muita neblina, então fica muito difícil de voar. A gente conseguiu achar o Cercopithecus petaurista e a gente tá agora, vou mudar de drone, né? Tava voando com o M30 e agora vou voar com o M3. Take a look. Guys are refreshing using the drone. Can you believe it? It's fine there, guys. Everything is happy. É isso, pessoal. Tô aqui numa praia, né, de Gana, do litoral aqui de Gana, bem pertinho da fronteira com Costa do Marfim. Na verdade, a gente está trabalhando aqui, né? Essa região é a região mais quente, vamos dizer assim, a mais importante para a gente encontrar o Miss Waldron Red Colobus aqui em Gana. Infelizmente, até agora nada. A gente não tem muita esperança de encontrar o bicho, porque as florestas que tem aqui são poucas, são bem menores do que a que tem na Costa do Marfim e, infelizmente, estão muito perturbadas, assim, né? Tem tido muito corte para plantação de coco, vocês estão vendo aqui, né? Eu estou usando uma câmera melhor, então está desfocado o fundo, mas são todos coqueiros. As plantações de coqueiros aqui são imensas, assim, são de perder de vista, de tão grande que são. I'm here with Salassi and Kenneth. We are in the village. Name is Say again. Okay, I can't say that.
You can't pronounce it.
I can't pronounce it.
Give it a try.
It's too hard.
Give it a try.
I'm gonna try. So we flew 2 flights now, and we are trying to find another spot. We are actually in the north area where we have the most important, probably the most important forest patch that we have in Ghana. So we still have some hope. As Boati said, at least 2% of hope. Kenneth has 50% of hope.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Find it here. Yeah.
So guys, I'm here flying the M30T, the thermal drone from the DJI, you can see there, and the Wapka pickup that we are coming to the field. So today we spent 4 batteries flying around, but unfortunately we didn't see any animals or even primates over there. Actually, many times when we are flying we can see birds, so take a look. This is the M30 thermal from DJI. So folks, I'm here in Tunnel Forest, close to Nuamu village in Côte d'Ivoire. We are trying these last 3 days flying here in Tunnel Forest. You can see behind me. And we have very, very good news because in the first day we got 6 species of primate that we have here, including 3 that they are critically endangered. The Cercocebus lunulatus, the Colobus velerosus, and the Cercoptex holloway. All of those 3 species are very, very critically endangered, and they just occur here in the Tunnel Forest. So we are very happy because it's not so easy, but the drone can do that. We just crossed the forest until 5 kilometers inside, deep in the forest. That means that we can go at the middle part of the forest, where is probably the habitat that we can see and find the Miswaldum red colobus. We hope so. So I'm gonna ask André Kofi, that is a partner that we have here in Côte d'Ivoire, to talk just a little bit about our job here. So here is André Kofi. He is professor in Côte d'Ivoire, and he is also research associated. So he is research as well in the Switzerland Research Center here in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. So let's talk a little bit about our job with André Kofi. It's a very nice pleasure to keep you here.
Ok, salut tout le monde. Alors, ce travail est très, très, très intéressant. Il faut dire que nous avons démarré ce travail depuis 2008 et nous sommes à la recherche de Miswaldum. On a utilisé plusieurs technologies, plusieurs techniques de recherche et finalement, nous pensons que l'usage des drones est très, très, très important parce que en un rien de temps, nous avons pu recenser 6 des 7 espèces de singes diurnes, de primates diurnes de la forêt. Et donc, nous allons continuer à tester cette technologie qui, ma foi, nous rend beaucoup de services.
We are going to the Tunnel River using a big boat you guys are seeing here in my back. The Tunnel River is a very important access that we have to reach the middle of the forest. It's our goal since we are here. Just because the middle of the forest, we probably have the good conditions, or less disturbed habitat, and it's less probable to see poachers or hunters inside the forest at that point that we are trying to reach with our drones. So our mission today is just go to the river, through the river, stay in some parts between Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire, and the small hills that we can find them, and start to fly for that part to see what animals we can find out.
I'm here with André Gouffet from Côte d'Ivoire and Boachi from WAPCA team from Ghana. We are doing a patrol with both teams from Ghana and from Côte d'Ivoire. Actually, me and André, and before this, me and Boachi, we were in the forest around to take some videos, to get some videos using thermal drones, and we are here also to do the same thing, but we are now working in the Côte d'Ivoire border. But both teams are together to patrol this region because we have many problems here. We saw, like today, very sparse points of deforestation. Guys are cutting, logging species of tree in Côte d'Ivoire. That means internal forest. That is also the most important patch of forest that we have in the world, because we are telling about at least 7 arboreal and diurnal primate species that we have here, that live here. 4 of these 7 species are critically endangered, and at least 2 of these species have only this habitat to live. That is Niswaldron red colobus and Holloway colobus. There is a Cercopithecus holloway, there is a Cercopithecidae that live here in this forest as well. It's a unique place, so people around the world spread this news about our problem here. We are doing an urgent appeal to have money, to have people, to have attention, because this forest is unique. We have 4 critically endangered primates. It's Boachi.
Thank you very much, Professor Melo Fabiano. Boachi from Ghana, WAPCA. We are appealing to you out there to come and support us. WAPCA team is doing its best together with our partners from Ivory Coast. But our best is not enough. We are appealing to the international community to come to our aid, support us with funds so that we'll be able to patrol and monitor this area. As Fabiano has already said, these primates are critically endangered, and if care is not taken, they are going to go extinct in a very short time. In Ghana, we only have patches now. We are not seeing much of the primates. The rest are with our partners, our neighbors, our brothers from Côte d'Ivoire. So if we don't, come together and give us a lot of support, I don't think these primates have chances of survival. Thank you. Come and help us. WAPCA Ghana and our partners from Côte d'Ivoire help us to protect these primates. Thank you.
Notre partenaire Fabiano pour nous aider à chercher cette espèce avec le drone des capteurs thermiques. Mais jusque-là, nous n'avons pas encore vu. Et si on ne voit pas cette espèce, ça sera une espèce éteinte sous nos yeux. Alors nous avons besoin vraiment de votre support pour pouvoir protéger cette forêt qui est en train de disparaître petit à petit devant nous. Le gouvernement de Côte d'Ivoire a fait un peu sa part en aidant la population à transformer cette forêt en réserve naturelle volontaire, gérée par la population elle-même. Mais cette population n'a pas beaucoup de moyens. D'ailleurs, nous sommes en train d'organiser une patrouille commune avec nos voisins du Ghana, parce que certains agresseurs quittent le Ghana pour rentrer en Côte d'Ivoire, certains aussi quittent la Côte d'Ivoire pour rentrer au Ghana. Et si on ne se met pas ensemble, c'est difficile de les arrêter. Voilà pourquoi nous menons une patrouille commune. Et nous pensons qu'avec le peu de moyens, nous allons arriver à quelque chose, mais ce n'est vraiment pas suffisant. Et donc, nous avons besoin de votre appui pour pouvoir sauver cette forêt dans laquelle il n'existe que des animaux qui n'existent plus ailleurs qu'ici. Je vous remercie et nous comptons tous sur votre appui. Merci.
Merci, André. So, folks around the world, listeners, it's unacceptable to lose this forest and this so wonderful primate species. Let's do something to protect Tano forest in Côte d'Ivoire. Thank you so much.